Guys, it's Ryan with Fluid Health. Today I'm going to show you how to do a shoulder mobility assessment. This is a shoulder W. It's a pretty straightforward assessment. What we're looking at is if there's a restriction in the pectorals or the lats, subpectoral or subclavicle, maybe pec minor, sometimes bicep. But these are normally restricted muscles that restrict you from being able to draw your arms up without it pulling up on the rib cage and taking your back into hyperflattening or hyperlordosis. It means your back goes into hyperextension. So again, if the pecs are tight and I stretch them and there's no more slack, it can take the structure that it's tethered to and drag it with it. So you'll see an expansion in your lower back or in your abdominals. It'll stretch open, extend as it forces the rib up. So you're literally dragging your structure with you. Now again, that's indicative of a tightened pectoral girdle, possibly lat, possibly rotators. There's other ways that we have to test this out, but ultimately we want to see, is there accessory motion from the canister because of regional distortion from the shoulder? And that's what we're really looking at. So again, what you do is you stand up against the wall and you make sure that the lumbar stays flattened. Once again, if I draw my arms up and there's too much tension there and it drags everything up, you're going to go into hyperextension. That lower back is going to come off the wall. So again, the couple things that you want to do is just imprint that lower back, hold the head flat, chin is tucked, so cranial flexion, cervical extension, and then draw your arms up to the wall and make sure your elbows can touch for the first place. So if I draw my arms back and the only way I can get there is to hyperextend, well, that's a positive for that test, where again it means that you've basically shown that you still have these distortions, so it's a positive for that distortion, right? But if your back stays on, your arms can stay on the wall, great. The idea here now is that can you draw them up overhead, and can I get them to at least 130 to 150 without the elbows coming off or without the wrists rotating in. So if I come up and I start to rotate forward with my wrists, that's indicative of a tight internal rotator. Once again, pec major, could be subscapula, could be teres major, could be lat. Different couple reasons, or a few different reasons why it could happen, but that would show up as internal. Otherwise, you'll see your neck migrate forward because the trunk goes forward with the arms, again, or the back will hyperextend. So the only way you can keep your arms on the wall is if you arch your back and let your hips sway forward. And now you can see how that could play in to the shoulder migrating the trunk as you're bringing your arm back behind you. We're going to see that as a compensation or a regional distortion when you're moving your arms through the gait cycle or any athletic position. So once again, we just want to be careful of that. Make sure that the ribs don't flare. They stay down and flexed, okay, by the abdominals. Shoulders can fully retract, and you can glide up to about 130 without any accessory motion from your lower back. Shoulder W, questions on it, admin@fluidhealthandfitness.com.